the people that are saying cold calling are dead are typically the ones that are selling you either like a SMS service or using their emails or their funnels or whatever. And we use funnels too. We build, as a matter of fact, we build funnels. But what works best is going to be a combination of everything.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new episode of Vulcan7 Coaches and Mentors, where we bring to you some of the best tips and strategies so that you can implement in your business right now. If you haven't done so already, make sure to check out the previous episodes. You can also listen in on the podcast in whichever one of your favorite streaming platforms is. Now, with that being said, I have an amazing guest today. We're going to talk all about for sale by owners, expireds, and cold calling, because yes, cold calling still works. So with that being said, David Hill, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes. So for everyone that's watching that maybe is not familiar with you, can you share with us a little bit about your background?
Yeah, 35 years in sales in multiple industries. I started with Kirby literally 35 years ago. I was in a call center for a couple years after that. I went into publishing. I literally was cold called telephone books. So when people say cold calling is dead, maybe their version of cold calling is dead, but it's actually not. And then I went into real estate in 2002. Joined Keller Williams. Worked my way up to being Gary Keller's mastermind. For the last 4 years I was there, we sold 1,100 homes. My team was doing about 30 million in volume, closing, around 120. We average around 100, 120 houses a year. I guess if there were anything I would change, I probably would have went to a higher price point, right? So I would have made a lot of money selling the same amount of homes. But yeah, it was good. And then my last couple of years I spent at Keller Williams in leadership as a team leader. We recruited over 200 agents into their system in 2 years, and now I am my license is at EXP, but I don't actually practice sales anymore. I just work with real estate agents on their sales process and helping them get out there and get those expireds and FSBOs and lead generation, circle prospecting, and power base, and every other way to connect with people.
Awesome. That's amazing. And a little birdie told me that you also used to do boxing. Is that right?
Well, I kickboxed when I was a kid. I had one like a semi-professional fight when I was older. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't like a boxer every day, boxer, but I goofed around with it. But I had one fight, and I won my fight. So technically, I'm an undefeated boxer,
wow.
because I did. And the fight I had to, it was like 5,000 people there. It was in a Palladium. It was fun, and I
That's
kicked this guy's
awesome.
butt. Yeah, it was
Yes. It's you get in the ring and you got to win. I got into boxing a couple years ago just to learn. It's a great workout. If you're listening, you want to get a full body workout and learn how to defend yourself, definitely boxing, I would recommend.
Yeah, it's an awesome workout.
Yes. So let's talk about for sale by owners, expires. But first, I want to start with cold calling, because you brought it up. I hear it all the time. Cold calling is dead. Or I even hear, cold calling is antiquated. Why are people still doing that? So let's begin with, an agent wants to get into making phone calls. What should that mindset look like?
I think you just got to come from contribution. I think when you're making calls, just be confident in your product and just really come from a place of curiosity, wanting to help people, and that's it. Don't worry about what other people are saying. People are going to tell you. The people that are saying cold calling are dead are typically the ones that are selling you either like a SMS service or using their emails or their funnels or whatever. And we use funnels too. As a matter of fact, we build funnels. But so what works best is going to be a combination of everything. So are we only calling anymore? No, not at all. Is it still effective? Sure it is to an extent, but now it's we're sending text messages, we're calling, we're sending stuff in the mail sometimes. We have sales funnels. We'll door knock. We'll do whatever it takes, but phone calls are definitely part of that process. And so I was talking to somebody the other day, and they do a big mass email once a month. And, he's like, I don't know, he sent out 5,000 emails and 5 people respond. I'm like, wow, those are pretty low numbers. But he's like, no, but the people that respond is, I'm like, okay, cool. So it's a good ROI. He says, what if you put a phone call behind that? Like, what would happen? And he was like, wow, that would probably be amazing. Right. Like, so not just, you actually having someone call and saying, hey, I just want to, I'm checking in. We sent you an email a few days ago. Did you get the email? Blah, blah, blah. Like, what would that do to the numbers? And he was like, that would probably be ridiculous.
Yeah. And it's crazy that that little switch or additional thing to be added can make a big difference and increase production for these agents that maybe are not even implementing things like this. Well, I want to talk about for sale by owners, because even when I first started, I went after for sale by owners and expireds. I wanted to focus on listings. And nowadays I get a lot of agents that are working with a lot of buyers, and they want to transition into listings, but they're afraid of picking up the phone, or they're afraid of, oh, well, what if I don't know the objection handler? What am I going to say? What is your tip first for getting started with for sale by owners?
Yeah, I was kind of lucky. I got my license and I joined a team, and they taught me, like, literally first day in the business, they had me calling for sale by owners. And I think if you're going to approach for sale by owners, you got to set yourself up the right way. Your mindset is that it's going to be a process. Very rarely are you going to call one and they're just going to be like, come on over. I mean, it does happen. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 1 out of 100, you can go over and list them that day, but the rest of them, it's going to be a process of following up on a weekly basis, providing information every time you follow up, maybe different, every follow-up call should sound different. And again, I'm going to keep saying it throughout, is really just figuring out how to come from contribution. Like, because we know that the average for sale by owner is going to go 30 to 45 days before they list with an agent. So you just have to set yourself up so that when they decide to, you're going to be one of the people that they interview, because you've been there with them the whole time. They know who you are. You've provided value. So I think it's just coming at it from that approach of, just everything's timing. And the other thing I would say about for sale by owners, I think one of the misnomers that the real estate agents believe, like, for sale by owners don't like real estate agents. Majority of them, I don't think they care either way about real estate agents. They're just trying to sell themselves because they're trying to save money, right? That's 90% of the time. Their goal is just save money. Everything else is what you're putting on it yourself. The real estate agent's making it all this stuff that it's not. Oh, they don't like agents. They had a bad experience. They just forget about all that. Just give them a call as a person, human being to human being. Say, hey, I see you have a house for sale by owner in my coverage area. I want to see what I can do to help. Right.
So what would be like a schedule for an agent to follow when it comes to prospecting in general?
I mean, get it done in the morning. So just make it a point that I'm going to hit every new expired every day, and I'm going to hit every new FSBO every day. Whether I do, if I would definitely have a lead generation block in the morning, 9 to 11 or 9 to 10 or whatever it is for you. And then the ones that you don't get in the morning, call again in the afternoon and get in touch with them. Like, I want to be the first person to talk to a for sale by owner. For me, I do want to be the first person to talk to them, because I want them to realize that, like, okay, good. Because at that point is going to be the most, their guard is going to be at the absolute lowest, right in the beginning, right? So I want to get them then and have a conversation with them and let them know I'm here for them and offer them a plan B. So so to your question, I would have a lead generation block every day. Like, that's when I was running my team. We all logged in 9 o'clock. We went from 9 to 11 o'clock every day. Those were outbound calls, 9 to 11. My whole team came in. We did it together. We had fun. We had coffee. We goofed around with each other. We role played. We pushed each other. There was a group of us. We all got together in the mornings, and that's what we did. And then we did it on Zoom for a long time. Get a group together that's willing to do that. And I think that, and then, and again, the ones you can't get in the morning, I would go back in the afternoon and hit those. Yeah, we're hosting a marketing workshop this month on the I believe it's the 15th and 16th. 15th and 16th of August. So the best way to get in touch with us is just davidhill.link. It's our link tree. All of my website is davidihill.com. We do training and coaching for real estate agents. So if people are interested in that, go to davidihill.com. We have multiple offers from our university all the way up to one-on-one coaching, which is $2,300 a month. For full 40-minute calls. If somebody's interested, like that's next level, like that's going to help you get to the next level, for people that want to make a little bit of an investment in themselves. We have some cool things going on, and we have our university. So davidhill.link is probably the easiest way to figure out what we have going on and connect with me.
Awesome. And it's great that you mentioned this being an investment, whether it's you or anybody else. I think it's very important for agents to know that if you really want to succeed and take your business to the next level, it will require you investing in yourself and getting someone to teach you that has already gone through the process. Because there's a lot of free content out there, but you're not going to get what you would get with, let's say, if you sign up with David or anybody else. So for someone that maybe is thinking like, oh, $2,300 or whatever it is, what would you tell them to make them see that, investing in a coach is something that you will need to do?
Well, I think for some, that $2,300 may not even be an option at the beginning, right? So we do understand that as well. So I would look at, getting yourself in a community of people that are doing what you want to do. Get yourself around people that are doing what you want to do first. And because I think that's one of the biggest challenges as well is, just hanging with the people at the water cooler that aren't doing anything. So, we have a community called Real Estate University, realestateuniversity.club. We have a community of real estate agents that are taking listings. Like one of our guys took 2 listings this week. Another one, I think, took 4 listings this week. So where a lot of agents are struggling right now and running around with buyers and not sure what to do and their offers aren't getting accepted, all we talk about is taking listings. So get yourself in a community like that. Like that's not a lot of money. It's $297 a month to be part of our community. Right. All of our clients use Vulcan7, right? So that's one of the things we want our clients on Vulcan7. We want them on every day. So you're getting the accountability, you're getting the right training, things like that. So yeah, I think, and then if for some reason you're not even in that place yet, then find the top agent in your office and right. That's still what you want to do, and take them to lunch and say, hey, how do I pick your brain? Maybe I could be on your team or something, but you got to get around people that are doing what you want to do. I think that's probably would be my biggest piece of advice.
Awesome. Well, David, it has been awesome having you on the show. I hope that everyone that's watching this has taken a lot of notes. And look, at the end of the day, if you're going to do anything, make sure that you're picking up the phone because it still works. It's not antiquated. You can get deals. You just heard David talking about it. Check out davidhill.link for any of his coaching and anything that he has going on. And once again, thank you so much, David. I'm glad that we were able to make this happen.
Yeah, appreciate you. Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.